Patch, come on, you can join in.
So let me just show you some of the things that you can do at home to health check your own pet dog to make sure he stays healthy and happy. You know, with a 10-year-old, it's almost a bit late to start, but you know, these teeth aren't great.
No,
but if you can, from an early age, learn to brush their teeth, you can try and help prevent this. But once this tartar starts to build up here, you really need to try and get that cleaned, because the bacterial infection under the tartar will go around the bloodstream and will affect their liver and kidneys in time.
Yeah.
So it is a, you know, a weekly check just to see what the teeth are doing, how they're doing. And similarly, eyes, make sure the eyes are nice and clean and healthy and shiny and bright. No infection, no anything like that. And then ears, we're looking for ear mites. And
they have such woolly ears.
Well,
poodles,
in
that's
this
the
sort
thing.
of breed, actually, you're quite right. They get these woolly ears. And actually, I always teach people to sit there and just pluck a few hairs out. If you just take 3 hairs at a time, they don't care. If you do that a little bit every day,
yeah,
you clear them out. Then the air can get in and circulate.
Yes.
And it stops that waxy build-up inside there, because
Yeah.
they do get terribly sore ears, this breed, don't they?
Yeah, this one, it look curiously, doesn't have the hair.
No.
It's got nice, clean...
He's got much more open ears,
Yeah.
hasn't he? But it's just taking a few of those hairs out at a time.
That's quite handy for ID, actually, because if they're in the distance on a dismal, foggy day,
You can see the
I can
ear,
see
the
the
white
pink,
flap
the
going
pink,
up and down.
the pink flashes of Scratchy's ears, and I know which one's which.
So then following on from that, so that's the top end there. And then
Yeah.
I always suggest, you know, you run your hands over them for any lumps and bumps. And run all the way down. Toenails is always the important one, particularly as they get older. So they get a bit more arthritic, they're not wearing their toenails away. And if you can get them used to having their feet examined, like these are beautiful, so many dogs just won't let their feet be examined.
Yeah.
Then you can clip their toenails or even just emery board them, you know, file them away and do things like that for them.
Yeah.
And then similarly running on the back end, and we're looking for shape and weight. Obesity, like with people, big issues in dogs now.
What do you think? This one weighs
Absolutely
about
perfect.
10.5 kilos, and this one's on 10.
Well, I never really care about the weight, it's more about the feel of them. If you can just feel the ribs and you've got a figure here,
Yeah.
then that's what makes it really perfect.
Yeah, I don't overfeed them. They do get a great... I mean, let me talk to you about their diet, because I tend to cook for 3.
Right, good for you, absolutely
and
right.
so they get what I get.
Yep.
And I supplement that with a mix of dry food and latterly, only in the last year or so, some wet food.
Okay.
So they might be on a pasta, they might be on a curry, and there's no adverse effects,
No,
strangely,
absolutely.
with the curry. They get quite a lot of vegetables, because
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
fine.
eat red meat, or I eat fish, so they get some fish, but mainly lots of vegetables.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, dogs are fundamentally omnivorous. They will eat anything. I think the really key thing to remember is, as Itchy and Scratchy get older, their protein requirements will drop down, their carbohydrate requirements will drop down, but fish oil requirements need to go up to help their joints.
Right.
So I think you're doing absolutely perfectly here.
Yeah. Now, what about, I can ask you about these lumps. If you
Yeah.
feel there,
Yeah.
this is
Yes, we've got a
Itchy.
lump just here on Itchy.
Yeah, now it's come up slowly. It started like about the size of a pea. It's now about the size of a grape, isn't it?
Yeah, that's small grape. And that's the sort of thing that's a small lump in the skin. It could be a sebaceous cyst, probably just a fatty lipoma. But it's still the sort of thing that I think is worth popping into your vets and having checked over. They might take a biopsy to see what they see inside of it. Nothing particularly to worry about. But this is where MyPetonline comes into its own, because you can go on there, find information about skin lumps, or get in contact and make an appointment with your vets to get in there.